Okay, so hello everyone. So our today's topic will be the rectangular coordinate system. Okay, so this topic is really important. So it is an important topic. Okay, and you know like our topic is basically about the rectangular coordinate system and we have some really important information which I want to talk to you guys. Okay, so uh, so as below you can see this is actually a graphic, right? So basically this graphic represent the rectangular coordinate system. Okay, so as you can see, this graphic is kind of like a rectangle, right? This this graphic it looks like a rectangle, right? So this may be a way for you to easy to for you to actually easy to identify, like to know when you're doing a problem, you are actually doing a problem in a rectangular coordinate system. Okay, let me actually erase this part. Okay, so let's first talking about this graphic first. Okay, so basically we have to talking about this graphic first, and we're gonna have to cover some of the definition and some of the meaning of it. Okay, first of all, when you see this graphic, right, the first thing you need to know is that it has two axes. One is the x-axis, another one is the y-axis. Okay, it got two axes. So as I read them over here, I say, for a rectangular system, we have two variables, which is x and y. So that's why we have two axes. Okay. Okay, so we got this x-axis and the y-axis in a rectangular coordinate system, because we have two variables. Okay, and as you can see over here, we have a quadratic. We have a quadrant. We have a quarter one, quarter one, and then we have a quarter two, and then we have a quarter three. And then we have a quarter four, right? And then we having an original. Okay, so we having an original which is 0 and 0. Okay, so those are kind of like the something like those are the basic element which form a rectangular coordinate system. Okay, so let me repeat again. So we got the x-axis, and then we have the y-axis, and then we have this quarter. We have this goes quarter one, and then quarter two, and then quarter three, and then quarter four. Okay, so we were talking about those quarter one to four in a little bit more detail on the next slides. Okay, but for now, you just need to know, you just need to know that we are having those elements in a rectangular coordinate system. Okay. So the next thing we want, next thing what I want to really talking about is actually this part. Okay, so you can see over here we have a x over here, and then we have a y. This x represent the x coordinate. Okay, so this y represent the y coordinate. Okay. You may say, why we need to know in this, cause this is actually a notation. Okay, so this is a notation. This another way is saying, we are using this notation to actually represent the position of a point, to represent the position. Okay, the location, the position of a point. Okay, of a point. Okay, so This is some basic stuff you have to know it, like so this is a notation, and then this notation have two parts, x and then y. X represent the x coordinate, and then y represent the y coordinate, and so you need to remember the order of it, because you can see over here x come first and then y come second. So that's basically how you actually writing the notation of it. Okay, so remember x is always at the beginning, and then y is okay, x is always before y. Okay, so you write x coordinate first, and then you write y coordinate first. Okay, so let me actually give you one example to actually demonstrate how you actually writing this notation. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. And then first of all, we have to draw a rectangular system. Okay, we have to draw a rectangular coordinate system. Okay, we have an x over here, x-axis, and then we have a y over here, y-axis, right? And then we have to label the graphic. So for this example, I'm not gonna label all of it. Okay, so we have a 1, 2, and then 3, and then we have 1 and 2. So we we're using 1 as an increment. Okay, suppose we having a point over here. Okay, sorry. Suppose we having a point over here, and so how we actually writing this notation? So as you guys all know, we have to write x first, and then we write y, right? So an easy way to know how to actually write it is you just using those dash line. Or if you're good enough, you can actually just you should able to know what is the notation for this point. Okay, so the notation of this point is actually 1, 2. Okay, so that's basically how you actually using the notation. So you first writing the x. You should first writing the x. As you can see, this button, on the x-axis, the number is 1. So the x coordinate, the number for the x coordinate will be 1. Okay, and then you can see on this part, right, you can see there's a number which is 2. So therefore for the y coordinate the number will be 2. Okay, so it's not really difficult, okay, it's not quite difficult. So those are the details. I think for now everyone should know how to actually writing those notation, those like x coordinate, y coordinate. Okay. Okay, so let's move into the next part. Okay, as I said before, we were talking about those coordinates in details. Okay, so we were talking about those coordinates 1 to 4 a little more detail. So this is the slide. So you can see over here we want to talking about the sign. So the sign, negative, positive, plus or minus, so represent positive or negative, right? We want to talking about the sign of xy in each coordinate. Okay, in each coordinate. Okay, so we want to talking about those sign, because so those sign is kind of like also quite important stuff, and it's not really difficult to actually know it. Okay, so as I mentioned before, like you gonna have to know the location of each of the coordinate. So let's actually talking about the position of those coordinates first. As you can see, we having a coordinate 1, which is located on the top right corner, right? And then we having a coordinate 2. We having a second coordinate. The coordinate 2. Okay, so coordinate 2 is located on the top left corner, right? And then we having this coordinate 3, which is located on the bottom left corner, right? And then we got this coordinate 4, which is located on the bottom right corner, right? Okay. So so here we want to talk, we want to know the sign of the points. Okay, so we want to know the sign of the points, okay. So a easy way to actually show the sign is positive or negative for the point in each coordinate is basically one easy way to know the sign is basically you just plotting the graphic. Okay, you just basically putting a point in that coordinate. Okay, so that will make easy things easy. Okay, so let's talking about the first coordinate. Okay, let's talking about the first coordinate. So as I already putting a point over here. Before we actually talking about sign, let me actually label it. Okay, let me actually label a little bit. Is will be fast. Okay, -1, -2, and then -3, and then -1, -2, and then -3. So let's talking about the sign in the coordinate 1. Okay, so you can see over here we having a point, and then you can see, right? So this point is actually represent 1, 1, right? It represent 1, 1, 1, right? Let me actually using my eraser. Sorry. So this point is represent 1, 1. Cause here we have a 1, and then here is a 1, so it's 1, 1. So you can see 1, 1 are both positive, right? So 1, 1, 1. 1 is represent the x, right? So here let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. So x equal to 1, y equal to 1. So both are positive. So you write it down, positive and positive. Okay, those you don't need to memorize, but okay, because it can be easily tested. Okay, so it can be easily tested. You can just plug in a point, just like what I do. Okay, plugging a point in some coordinate, right? And so you will know it is positive or negative. So that's why I say you don't need to memorize. Okay, you can just basically test it right away. Okay, so let's talking about the sign in the second coordinate. So as I usually do, you can see you can basically plug in a point, right? You can basically plug in a point, right? And you can see this point is actually represented -2 and then 2, right? -2, which is equal to x, and then y is equal to 2. So you can see x is actually negative, and then y is actually positive, right? Okay, so you don't need to memorize. You just those can be tested right away. Okay, so let's move into the quarter 3. Okay, the quarter 3. Okay, so let's plug in a point like maybe over here. Okay, as you actually as you getting better, when you see the value of each of the corner, you already know what is the sign. Okay, so you can see we have a -1, and then we have a -2. So -1 which is equal to x, right? And -2 is equal to y. So both x and y are both negative, right? Okay, I mean, as you're getting better, you will know you can actually doing those. You don't even need to like plug in a point. Okay, so but for here but for here to demonstrate, I have to like put in the point. Okay, just want to make you guys make things easy for you guys to actually know it. Okay, and you can see on this point, right? On this point you can see we having a x equal to 1, right? And then we having a y equal to -3. So x will be positive and y will be negative. Okay, Okay, so you may say, what about choosing a different point? Will it be different in the coordinate? And the answer is no. Okay, I will show you guys. So suppose we try to put another point in the coordinate 1. Okay, so suppose we're having a point over here. We're having a point over here. This represents 5. So as you can see, this point is actually represent 5 for x, and then 2 for y, right? As you can see, both are positive, right? So both are positive, so it's still correct. So that basically means no matter how you actually no matter where the location, or no matter where the location, as long as that though the point is really inside the coordinate, it won't change it. Okay, it won't change it. I mean, the sign, I'm not gonna change it. Okay, I'm not gonna change it. Okay, no, as long as you put the point in the same coordinate, then those the sign for the x, y will not change. Okay, will not change it. Like okay. Okay, so that's basically everything. That's basically all the information which I want to tell about the rectangular system. Okay, that's basically all the information what I want to tell for the rectangular system. Okay, so now let's actually move into some question. Okay, this section is really not that difficult, so I only got 2 questions over here. Okay, I've only got 2 questions. So let me actually show all the questions. Cause now is the time. If you actually know how to doing those questions, then feel free to skip it. Okay, otherwise I will really well explain it. Okay. Okay, so let's move into question 1. So the first question. Okay, so let's move into the first question. The first question say, we having those kind of stuff. Okay, so we are given the coordinate of the point. Okay, and the problem say we have to name it. We have to name the quarters or the axis for the points which is located. Okay, so that's basically the meaning of the meaning of this question. So make sure you're reading when you're actually doing a question. You're reading really well. You're reading really well. Know what you have to do. Okay. So let's take a look about this problem. Okay. So basically, I repeat again. Okay. So we want to name the quarters or axis where those points located. Okay. So the first thing I would recommend you guys to do to solving this kind of problem is actually write down the quarters. Okay, so write down the quarters. That will make things easy for you to actually find out which quarter or axis the point located, right? So as we talking about this before, the quarter 1 is located on the top right. Quarter 2 is located on the top left. Quarter 3 is located on the bottom left. Quarter 4 is actually located on the bottom right. Right, and you can see on this point. So we have so we can see for point A, right? So point A is actually located on quarters 1, right? Okay. And let's take a look about the position of point B. Point B, as you can see, is actually located on quarter 4, right? It's also located on quarter 4, and let me actually write it on quarter 4. So you can see after you write it down those quarters, the problem is quite easy, right? And let's take a look about C. As you can see, C is actually on the x-axis, right? So C, you can see this point. C is directly on the x-axis, right? It's directly on the x-axis, right? So you can see C is on the x-axis, right? So you write it down x-axis, okay? And for point D, you can see point D is over here. Point D is actually on quarter 2, right? So it's actually on quarter 2. Erase it and just rewrite it. Quarter 2, right? And then the last point is E, right? So E, you can see, E is actually on quarter 3. In quarter 3, right? Okay. So now we basically solving the problem. Okay, we're solving the problem. Over here, some people may say about what does those letter mean? Okay, so let me actually cover a little bit basic information over here. Okay, so basically those letter are basically Roman letter. Okay, those letter are actually Roman letter. Okay, the Roman letter. And if we translate the Roman letter into English, okay, this represent 1, then this represent 2, and then this represent 3, then this represent 4. Okay, so let me actually rewrite this for Roman letter. Okay, so those are the representation. V represent 5, and then VI represent 6. Okay, so all you got to know is those letters, the first 4 letter, which represent 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so all you have to know is the first 4 letter, which represent 1, 2, 3, 4 in English. Okay, so if you want to know more about Roman letter, then try to Google it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I think now everyone should fully understand, the first question. Okay. Okay, so let's actually moving to the next question. Okay, the next question. So if you are actually able to doing this question, then pause the video and then try to finish this question by yourself. Okay, pause the video. Okay, so now let's go through this question together. Okay, so this, as I said before, reading the question is really important. This question is asking us to actually plug in the point, plotting the point, right? So we want to plug in the point, right? Okay. As I mentioned before, the first step when you actually plug in the point is you have to draw this graphic. Okay, you have to draw this graphic, and then you want to label the graphic, right? So let me actually zoom in a little bit. I will show you those points later on. Okay, label the point. We label the graphic first. Okay, so label the graphic. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, -1, and then we have a point -2, -3, and then -4, and then we have a -1 over here, -2, and then here -3, -4, -5. Okay, so now we finished the labeling of the point. Now is the time for us to actually plug in the point. Okay, so regarding okay, it's kind of like a mess. And actually rewrite this point. So now our first point is 5, 3. 5, x equal to 5, y equal to 3. Those are the represent, right? Okay, so basically over here is that you having a point, right? So you having a point on n equal to 5, 3, right? So you actually want to locate it. Okay, so you can see we getting let me actually moving down a little bit. Okay, let me actually moving down a little bit. So x equal to 5. So you can see we having a 5 is over here, right? And the y is equal to 3. 3 is over here. So you should know that the point is right over here, right? So the point is right over here, right? So you can see as so basically this is kind of like a way how you actually plug in a point. Okay, so you can see x is equal to 5. So on the x-axis we have a 5 is located over here, right? And then y is equal to 3. On the y-axis you can see 3 is over here, right? So you using those dashed line to actually locate the point. Okay, so that's basically how you actually plotting those points. Okay, our next point is actually n 0 and then -3, right? 0 and then -3. 0 is equal to x equal to 0, y equal to -3. So you can see over here 0, x is equal to 0, and then y equal to -3. So that means n is actually on the y-axis, right? So you know that n have to be on the y-axis, right? And it will be on y equal to -3. So y equal to -3 is actually right over here, right? So this point will represent n 0 and then -3. Okay, so that's basically the value of xy will indicate where is the position of the point, right? As I tell you guys before, you can see for our first point, 5 and 3 are both positive. So that means this point have to be on quarters 1, right? So this point have to be on quarters 1, right? So that's okay. So this point gotta be on quarters 1, and same thing for n, right? So n, you can see x equal to 0. So that means x equal to 0, y equal to -3. So n is actually on the y-axis. So you basically plugging the point on y equal to -3. That will be the point. That will be the point of n. Okay, so now let's focus on p. The next point is actually p, -2 and then 6. Okay, x equal to -2 and then y equal to 6, right? So here so basically you're looking at the graphic. X equal to -2 is right over here, right? And y equal to 6 is right over here. So you basically using the dash line and then try to connect those points together. And then you find this point, right? So this point is actually represent p, -2 and then 6. Because you can see, the x equal to -2, x equal to -2, the point is right underneath, right under, right? And then y equal to 6 is right over here, and then you're using the dash line to locate the point, and then you find this point over here will be p -2 and 6. Okay, so let's actually, and you can also see that this is actually this P is actually located on the coordinate 2, right? The coordinate 2, right? So it's actually located on coordinate 2, right? It's actually located on coordinate 2, right? So those coordinates, the position of those coordinates, you don't need to really memorize, because okay, as I said before, it can be easily tested. You can basically see it. Okay, you can basically see it. Okay, so let's move to the next point. Okay, the next point is Q50, right? So next point is actually Q50. Let me write it down, excuse me. So you can see we have x equal to 5, y equal to 0. So obviously you know that this point have to be on the x-axis, right? Have to be on the x-axis, because y is equal to 0. Y equal to 0, right? 5 on the x-axis is right over here, right? It's actually right over here. So you know this point will be Q50. Okay. This point over here will be Q50. Okay. So let's move into the next point. The next point is R. R, -4 and then -6. Okay. Let me write it down over here. R, -4 and then -6. Okay, -4 and then -6. -4, which is x equal to -4, y equal to -6. Okay. I think I have to add another point over here. Sorry, no. -6. Okay. So you can see x equal to -4. X equal to -4 is over here, and then y equal to -6 is over here, right? So you're using the dash line, right? In case if you're good enough, you don't even using the dash line. You will know the point right away when you see the number. Okay. Okay. So if you guys, I think you guys should be able to doing this right now. Okay. Don't even need to using the dash line, and then you will locate the point. Okay. But okay. So, but for here, you can see. For here, to demonstrate how you actually easily find a point, I'm using the dash line. Okay, so here x equal to -4, right? So so you're using the dash line to actually connect it, right? To actually connect it, right? So, and then you finding this point is actually R, right? R is -4 and then -6. Cause you can see, the point. When you go up, it's -4, which is equal to x equal to 94, and then when you going right, it's actually -6, right? So that's y equal to negative. So you're actually getting the right point, right? Okay, and you can see this point is actually on coordinate 3, right? It's actually on coordinate 3. Okay, it's on corner 3, and then I think we are on our last point. Okay, the last point is S, -3 and then -4. So let me actually write it down. Okay, S, -3 and then -4. X equal to -3, y equal to -4. So if you okay, so right now I'm just gonna show you guys how you actually, cause so basically plugging those points is not really difficult. So you can see we having a -3 over here and then a -4 over here. So you should know that the point is right over here. Okay, the point is right over here. So as you can see, you can see this, like right when you actually. So basically, when you using the last line, everything makes sense. Okay, everything basically makes sense. The -3 is on the x-axis, as the -4 is on the y-axis. So you find the right point. Okay, there's actually not much talking about over here, because finding the point, you just basically look at the graphic and then you will find it. Okay. Okay, if you're not sure, then you may using the dash line, but you know it's though I mean plugging it should be I mean you know there's actually not much to talking about plugging the point. Okay, because those you know plugging the point you don't have many logic, actually don't have any logic. So because you just basically see the graphic and then you plot it. Okay, so now we have done the second question, and hopefully everyone does get the right location. Okay. Okay, so basically on today's topic we're talking about one of the really important topic, the rectangular coordinate system. So remember, this will coming back and further. This will be using like most of like almost like I think it's all the time. Okay, it's like all the time. Okay. So we actually basically talking about those really important information, right? So basically talking about those really important information. So we also talking about the sign, positive or negative for the point in each coordinate, right? Okay. So I just want to say thank you guys to actually watching my video. Okay. Thank you guys for actually watching my video. So if you like the video, so basically hit the like button. Okay, also subscribe to my channel. Turn the notification on. Okay, so turn the notification on. So turn the notification on. Okay, yeah, turn the notification on. If you're still having any question, then please leave a comment below. I will keep adding video, keep uploading video. Okay, if you having some specific question, please leave a comment below. Okay. Otherwise, thank you guys for actually watching this video, and hopefully you learn something from it. Okay. Bye bye. See you on the next video.